Welcome everyone to the coaching call for B. I'm excited to have you all here as we dive deep into planning your online event. And we hope that your experience will be memorable and successful. Without further delay, we will dive into the agenda. We will start with the online event, pros and cons, an example schedule that you can use for your hackathon, workspaces, pitching and deliverables, resourcing, and finally, breaks. About the online event pros and cons. One big pro is the inclusivity and reach. Online hackathons break geographical barriers, allowing global participation and accessibility for individuals with physical disabilities. Also, the flexibility and convenience, because participants can join from any location with internet access, fitting various schedules and commitments without the need to travel. Another pro is the reduced cost. Online events are way more cost-effective, eliminating venues, catering, and travel experiences. Going to the cons, we have the limited interaction. Interaction through screens can limit the natural networking opportunities that arise from a natural hackathon. And to counter these, energy boosts and engaging activities are essential to ensure that we can still have a more human element, so to say. Remember, the more you plan, the better it will be. Moving on to the exam schedule. Let's look at a typical event days timeline for running a successful hackathon in DigiEduHack event. We will start with the schedule overview. Our recommendation will be that you will start somewhere around 10 with the opening session, following by a matchmaking, ideation, and ideas intro. Then workshops after that, and a break in the middle to energize and feel the energy levels. After the break, let participants continue the hacking, and you can do around 10 a check-in and mentoring. After this point, participants and mentoring should be happening simultaneously, and you can again schedule a break. These breaks can be really crucial times for example, networking or light activities, and it can add to your online event a bit more human side where you can connect and talk. Moving on to the day 2, a welcome back session when you basically recap the previous day's activities and you outline the objectives for the day. Around 1, 2, you could schedule a break where you can either have lunch or a gathering, or just a light activity, followed by the check-in and mentoring that you can facilitate one-to-one mentoring sessions, allowing team to receive tailored guidance and support. And after all the mentoring and hacking is done, you should schedule the solution collection, solution presentation, and solution evaluation. We will dive into these topics a bit more in the next slides, but the solution collection should be the moment that you collect the final project submissions from each team. The solution presentation, when you organize 4 teams to present their solutions, followed by a Q&A segment to explore their ideas in depth. And the solution evaluation, where the jury have time to evaluate the teams and participants have a break during this time. The awards and closing session, it's a time for you to announce the winners, distribute awards, and conclude the event on a celebratory note. Also, the feedback collection, where you gather from the participants their feedback about the event's success and also identify areas for improvement, and the grand winner submission. There we advise you to do this right after the event, where you communicate with the grand winner how they submit their solution in DigiEduHack Global Award Competition and the next steps. All right, let's now go to the detailed view of each element that I've just mentioned. The opening session will set the tone for today or for the day in question. Our suggest content checklist involves the welcoming by the moderator and the facilitator, watching the DJ EduHack opening video, quick time to the sponsors if it's relevant, a quick reminder of the event's purpose. The introduction of your stakeholders is a great moment to introduce your mentors, like judges, the team. Additional welcoming speeches from the sponsors, for example, if you agree that with them. Introduce the core values of the event, either if it's giving empowerment, inspiration, inclusivity, sustainability, or safety requirements. We advise you also to cover the challenge and the requirements and offer inspiration. Maybe a 10-minute keynote speak will do it for this part. If needed, provide an overview of the schedule for both days, emphasize the key activities and times, and add any relevant details. We have the matchmaking workshop, where we advise you to create activities to matchmake participants if there is like solo participants joining your hackathon, or also to boost their ideas. To improve your online experience, you can also introduce a icebreaker. And remember that diversity is the key innovation drive for these activities. When we go to the ideation workshops, if by the start of the hackathon, it happens that some teams have not yet come up with a starting idea or project, you can offer self-guided ideation workshops, solution canvas involving mentors in supporting the teams. We also have here the participants' ideas intro. If you have held a session prior to the hackathon where mentors get familiar with the teams, you can skip this part, but you haven't organized that, then you can create basically this session where teams have this elevator pitch. They present their ideas orally in 1 to 3 minutes. And after that, you allow a quick 5-minute feedback and Q&A after each team's presentation. Going on or moving on to the workshops, workshops can help participants to have a better understanding of the key concept of your challenge, the key tools and the technology requirement of your challenge, and any other relevant topic. You can either choose that you want to offer a hands-on, focusing on relevant technical skills, or a more non-technical workshop. Don't limitate yourself to organize workshops only around your chosen topics. Anything that is relevant you can bring to this hackathon. About the breaks, as I mentioned quickly, you can decide what kind of breaks you want to have. You can organize a light activity, facilitate networking, having a fun activity like karaoke, or have a meal. Breaks and no working activities are important things to offer, but remember that participants are focused on hacking at this point. So try to do something light, something just, to refresh, but to not overconsume or overspend time in this. Then we have the check-ins, and teams check-ins with organizers are a way to ensure that teams are progressing, and also if they need anything. This can be just a casual check-in, or if you want to make it more documented, you might create a form so teams can fill their required needs, and then you can either find them mentors or talk with the teams if they need. Moving on to the mentoring. Mentors inspire, advise, and support the teams. They help the teams to get to the extra mile from great to amazing. Be careful. Mentors should not give solutions, but guidance, offering opinions, resources, and open doors. Think about how you want to facilitate these mentoring sessions. Do you want to book mentors? Do you want to assign mentors? Do you want to, for instance, assign mentors based on team's needs at any given moment? You can create your own way of mentoring, but make sure that you formulate a process that is clear, communicated to everyone. When you start your session in the next day, you have the welcome back session. Keep it short and sweet. Welcome back, everyone. Make sure that everyone is familiar about their key activities for the day, and make sure that people know how to submit their solution and winning a prize. Make it interactive, go through the teams, ask how has been their experience so far, how has been their hacking time, if they need any extra help. Moving on to the solution collection, all solutions that's going to be developed and deployed during this hackathon should be submitted in your local award. More about how to collect the solutions are available in the web guide. Make sure that each team submits only one solution and remind the teams ahead of the deadline when and how to submit these. Encourage the participants to use the solution canvas and submit any additional materials such as sketches, visualizations, video explanations, or prototypes. Remember that DigiEdu Hack is an inclusive event and no solution can be dismissed on the solely basis of not having additional materials. About the solution presentation. As part of your evaluation, you can have a pitch or a Q&A session to showcase the solutions deployed during the hack. Each team should be given 3 to 5 minutes where they can present, and then the judges should have a time for questions where they can dive deeper into their solutions and understand the depth of what they developed. Try to make this session as lively as possible. If you don't want to go through this speech and Q&A, you can also create this independent assessment where judges can review the materials and assess the teams based solely on that. Going to the solution evaluation, no matter if you choose to have a pitch or then independent evaluation, you should give time for juries to evaluate the solutions. Let judges fill in the evaluation grid for all the teams, and if you feel that it's valuable, judges can compare and discuss who should be the big winner. You should just shortlist the 3 best candidates and then have the discussion based on that. Remember that even if in your local award or ceremony you want to give 3 awards, only the top one is going to go to the DigiEdu Hack Global Award competition. About the award in closing, we're recommending having a short award ceremony where you thank everyone and you end the hackathon in an high note. If possible, collect also feedback in this session. Try to have the judges announcing the winners and explaining why those were the winners. Don't forget to thank everyone, especially mentors and juries and sponsors for their support, and invite them to watch the main stage event. I mentioned this quickly, but collecting feedback, distribute feedback forms, or then run oral feedbacks in your sessions to understand what are your strongest and weakest points. And make sure that after you announce the winners, you guide your winners through the submission. Before the winning team leaves or, goes do whatever they want to do, celebrating in this case, it's your responsibility to ensure that they know how to submit their solution. You are in charge of letting them know what the award category they are competing in, and the winning team has a couple days to submit. But you need to provide them with the correct link to do that. You can also, as part of your prize, offer a support meeting for the winning teams where you polish their pitch, you advise them on the pitch, you also take into consideration the feedback from the judges, and you can incorporate that in the new pitch that you can do with the winning team. All right, after the event, you ensure that the big winner has submitted the pitch. You can also write down everything that went right and wrong, and share your highlights through blogs and social media content. Great. Regarding the workspaces, when you are running an online hackathon, there are several platforms that you can use for your different needs. We recommend using the same tool for both main needs. Finding tools recommendations in the host guide. Video communication for all the official communications, opening the event, pitching, awards, you need to use an online meeting tool. If you decide to use your DigiEduHack Discord event space, create a stage channel. There you can host your event up to 50 people live, including 5 speakers. Teams can create their own private voice video chats with this. So they have here the mirroring rooms, and they have this option to create a private team and video chats. For text communication, think about the inner structure of the tool that you want to use. Create private spaces for each team, one for mentors, one for judges, and then public ones for resources, general announcements, and more if needed. Clear structure in your communications makes everything easier. You are also invited to use a DigiEduHack Discord event spaces. And now about the solution presentation. To have the best quality of pitching possible and mitigating against any internet connection failure or sound glitches, one possibility is to have a pre-recorded pitch video as a mandatory deliverable. The sound of and image quality of live streaming can greatly negatively impact a time pitch. With recorded pitches, you avoid these. You basically have like everything that is ready, and then you have the participants live to answer the questions. Also, recording pitches can offer more creative options than just pitching them live with a slide deck and a shared screen. Broadcast the videos to your audience, and there you have a fair, creative online pitching session. As the host, collect the pitches and other deliveries you ask by the deadline. You can ask participants to upload the video as they submit it on digieduhack.com. Another easy way to do this is through a form like a Google form and upload a question type. Whatever you decide to use, make sure you test it ahead of time with people from outside your team with personal emails to clear any access issues. Ensure as well that the submission process is clearly communicated to the teams and that you have someone ready to help them. Resourcing. Online event resources need to cover setting up all communication channels and test channel tools for participants, mentors, and other stakeholders, having a host and a speaker for all live event items, having a support behind the scenes during your video meetings to monitor microphones, the chat feed, and access to the audience, and having at all times an on-call person monitoring the text communications during and outside the live meeting times. Special focus on supporting online mentoring. To give the participants breaks from their intense work helps them to have more energy for the hacking. You can play an online or an app game where all participants can join. There are many options from Kahoot quizzes, Drawwise, like Warwell from Cards Against Humanity. Be creative. There is a lot of free options out there. And alternatively, you can play the broken telephone by using breakout rooms. The most important aspect is that you foster interaction across teams. So no matter what you do, try to break up the teams and mix people. And lastly, remember to take pictures and share them through Discord in this channel, share your experience. Ensure that everyone has given consent before you share this content. Please don't wait until the end because throughout the 10 hack days, we want to share your content. Use the hashtag DigiEduHack, EU Digital Education, DEAP, and tag DigiEduHack when sharing on your own channels. This way, we can track and go like your content on your channels. You can find more about this in the marketing kit. Thank you for your time today, and remember to prepare truly, engage your participants, and have fun. Let's make DigiEduHack event an incredible success. If you still have questions, feel free to reach out for further support at contact@digieduhack.com. Goodbye.